A Central New York man is being called the first victim of criminal justice reform in New York. Police say he was killed by a drunk driver who had just been arrested weeks earlier with a blood alcohol level twice the legal limit.
The thing that scares me is we've already had our first victim of this new legislation that hasn't even come into effect yet.
As that legislation looms, those in law enforcement fear more unintended consequences. It's why law enforcement and prosecutors from the Finger Lakes region are working with state lawmakers to hopefully, they say, halt the criminal reform. 13 Wham's Kelsey Smith reports they're now hoping for the public's help. Kelsey?
Ginny, lawmakers have a month and a half until all aspects of criminal justice reform will have to be followed. In that time, they hope Albany will hear them, push pause, and rewrite this overhaul of the state's criminal justice system. There are many layers of this state criminal justice reform. Some aspects are already being implemented ahead of the January 1st deadline. At least that's what the Wayne County District Attorney believes happened on October 18th, when 31-year-old Roberto Perez Velasquez was arrested for DWI. Police say he had a blood alcohol content more than twice the legal limit while driving without a license. They say Perez Velasquez was also in the country illegally. He was never arraigned. Bail was never set. Instead, he was released until his November 27th court date.
I think
build the wall.
What happened was that they tried to adhere to that. So knowing that as of January 1st that they would not have been able to set bail for that person.
Just weeks later, on November 10th, police say Perez Velasquez was driving drunk again when he crashed into a tractor on Route 31 in Weedsport, Cayuga County. 59-year-old Mark Knapp was killed. This time, Perez Velasquez was put behind bars.
This exact incident had occurred on January 1st or after. Due to these reforms, a judge would not have been able to put this defendant in jail.
That's one reason why State Senator Pam Helming is co-sponsoring a bill to halt the planned reforms.
We need to go back and we need to start over.
Albany calling this push to pause political fodder.
We want people who should be kept behind bars, and they will be. But we're talking about the individuals. Two individuals accused of the same crime. One's rich, one's poor. One goes back to school, one goes back to college. The other one sits in a jail, unable to be productive. That's the unfairness that we're trying to fight.
Those at today's press conference agree. They believe in common sense reform, but say what's coming January 1st is not common sense. In the newsroom, I'm Kelsey.
Deport the illegals and build the damn wall. Democrats and Republicans, stop stalling for the wall.